Christmas, my sister introduced me to her boyfriend with a mocking smile. This is the failure of our family. My parents laughed. He stayed silent for a moment. Then he said, interesting, because you're fired, and we're done. My sister Jenna has called me a failure my entire life. She's 3 years older than me, and nothing I ever did was good enough. She graduated top of her class. I barely passed. She got a fancy corporate job right out of college. I worked at a bakery for 6 years before starting my own small cake business from home. To my family, that made me a loser. It didn't matter that I was happy. It didn't matter that I paid my bills and loved what I did. I wasn't successful in the way they understood, so to them I was nothing. Christmas last year was at my parents' house. I almost didn't go, but my mother guilted me into it because Jenna was bringing her new boyfriend and she wanted the whole family there. I showed up on time with a tray of cookies I made myself. My mother took them without even saying thank you and placed them behind the store-bought desserts in the kitchen. Classic. When Jenna arrived, she walked in like she owned the place. Designer coat, perfect hair, heels clicking across the floor. Behind her was a tall, quiet man I had never seen before. He looked well-dressed, calm, and observant. Jenna grabbed his arm and dragged him over to where I was standing by the fireplace. "This is my little sister," she said loudly so everyone could hear. Then she gave that cruel smile she always uses before saying something nasty. "This is the failure of our family. She runs a little cake thing from her apartment. Isn't that cute?" My mother laughed from the kitchen. My father chuckled from his chair. My aunt shook her head like I was some sad case. I stayed quiet. I was used to it. But her boyfriend didn't laugh. He just looked at my parents, then at Jenna, then at me. His face didn't change. Jenna kept going. "Seriously, she's almost 30 and decorates cakes for a living. I keep telling her to get a real job, but she never listens." Then he finally spoke. "What's your name?" he asked, looking directly at me. I told him. He nodded. "And you run your own business?" I explained that I make custom cakes for birthdays, weddings, and events, and that it pays my bills. He gave a small smile. "That's impressive. Building something from nothing takes courage." Jenna laughed nervously. "Babe, it's not really a business. It's more of a hobby." He turned to her and the smile disappeared. "A hobby that supports her life?" Then he asked, "What exactly do you do again?" Jenna blinked. "What do you mean?" "I work at your company." He nodded once. "Right. You work in my marketing department. You've been there 8 months. You're also on a performance improvement plan after missing 3 deadlines last quarter and blaming your team." The room went completely silent. My mother stopped moving. My father lowered his drink. Jenna's face went red. "That's not fair," she snapped. "Those deadlines weren't realistic." He kept speaking. "You also expensed $1,400 in personal meals on the company card and listed them as client dinners. HR flagged it last week." Jenna stared at him. "You're embarrassing me in front of my family." He looked around the room. "You just called your sister a failure in front of everyone, and all of you laughed. Nobody defended her. Nobody said a word." Then he looked back at Jenna. "I've been here 10 minutes and I've seen enough." Jenna grabbed his arm. "Can we talk privately?" He pulled away. "No, you wanted an audience. Here it is. You're fired. HR will send the paperwork Monday. And we're done. I'm not dating someone who humiliates her own sister for entertainment." Then he turned to me. "It was nice meeting you. I hope your business keeps growing." And he walked out the door. Nobody moved. Jenna burst into tears. My mother rushed over to comfort her. My father glared at me like this was somehow my fault. Jenna pointed at me through her tears. "This is because of you. You ruined everything." I looked at her and said, "I didn't say a word. He saw who you are on his own." Then I picked up my coat and left. I didn't stay for dinner. I didn't say goodbye. The next week, Jenna called me screaming that I destroyed her career and relationship. She said I must have planned it because I was jealous of her. I let her yell until she ran out of breath. Then I hung up. For 27 years, my family called me the failure. Turns out I was never the problem.